Good morning, everyone. It's Megan from GoGPS, and today we're going to be focusing on DVIR. So, what a DVIR is a driver vehicle inspection report, and this is required to be used through a Drive app. So, it's called Geotab Drive, and you can download that onto any tablet, smartphone, Garmin. Yeah, those are the options. And what I'm going to show you today is actually how to fill out a DVIR, okay, what it looks like in the software, which we're currently seeing here is the software, and then how to pull the report for it, okay. So I'm just going to pull over the Geotab Drive app here, and we can take a look at it, okay. So this is how you would log into a tablet, smartphone, or Garmin to enter in the DVIR for the vehicle that you're going to be driving. So you do have the option to do a pre-trip or a post-trip. Today we're going to be doing a pre-trip. So I've already entered in my email address and my password, and I'm going to go ahead and click log in. All right. So it might take a few seconds here because it's going to be synchronizing all of my logs in the last couple of days. And if you haven't actually verified any of your logs, there may be some of them that has to be completed. So we'll go through that through this process. So it does show that my user is already assigned to my specific vehicle. If I wanted to select a different vehicle, I could do so. Okay, or I have the option to do no vehicle, but for this purpose, we're going to be doing that DVIR, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm going to click the continue button because I want to stay assigned to my journey. Okay. It gives you the option to select a trailer. I do not have a trailer attached to my vehicle, so I'm going to go ahead and click continue for no trailer. If there was one, you could choose attach another trailer and then continue on. Okay. So here it tells me the vehicle I'm assigned to, the date, and the last time that I had my inspection done. So that was a couple of days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and choose to do an inspection right now. So I'm going to click inspect. Prior to me completing my inspection, it's going to show me the previous inspection that I have to then certify. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at and make sure that it's the right vehicle that I'm going to be driving. It'll tell me the last date and time it was completed. What type of inspection? So it was a pre-trip. It'll say that it was signed off by a specific driver. So it was signed off by myself, but it could be any other driver in your fleet. Now, if there was a defect, it would tell you that. Right now, it shows that there are no defects, which is great. Okay. It'll tell you the last address that it had the inspection done, the odometer, and then the company that the vehicle belongs to. Okay. So when you review that and everything looks great, you can go ahead and click certify previous inspection. If there is a defect that you're noticing right away prior to you going ahead and driving this vehicle, you can add that into the remark section down here. So if there is maybe a stone chip in the windshield or there's a dent in the door and you're noticing this before you do your inspection, before you take the vehicle out, you can go ahead and put that in the remark section. Okay. So because there are no defects, and I know there isn't for my vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and click the certified previous inspection. Okay. Then it's asking me to go ahead and inspect my vehicle. So this is the standard list that we have here. So it has brakes, brakes for parking and service, coupling devices, emergency equipment. We can take a look at the horn, the lights, reflectors, mirrors, steering, tires, rims, wheels and rims, windshield wipers, and then there's other. Okay. So this is the app itself, but inside of the software, which we're going to get to in a few seconds, I'll show you where you can customize this if you have additional items that you need to monitor in your inspection. Okay. But these are the default ones that come with it. All right. So if there was an issue with, say, mirrors, you would click the button for mirrors. It'll ask you what kind of problem, so broken or cracked, having an issue with adjustment, loose or unsecure, if it's missing, or there's other. So you can choose from these items or select other and then choose done. Okay. So I don't have any defects, so I'm just going to go ahead and scroll to the bottom, and it'll ask me select the type of inspection. We're doing a pre-trip. If there was an issue, and it was an other item, instead of choosing, mirror issue, you can add a remark in the bottom here. Okay. Again, since there are no problems, I'm going to go ahead and click no defects. It'll then ask me to sign off on it, saying that it's in compliance with the regional and or federal regulations. I'm going to say yes. And there we go. So from the time that I log into the app, it automatically puts me on to on duty. Now, if you are a company that does not need to worry about hours of service, this option will not be viewable for you. You will just have the DVIR. That goes the same if you do not cross any borders, you will not have these options. Okay, so this here is for testing purposes only for GoGPS. We do border crossings. If you are required to have hours of service, DVIR, and you do border crossings, please contact us. We will update your system for you and make those adjustments and kind of walk you through how this process works. Okay. Now that I've done my DVIR inspection, I'm going to go ahead and log out because that's all I want to do for the day. So I'm going to click my email or my name at the top of the screen here on the left right-hand side and choose to log out. Now it's going to show me that I have a trip here or an on-duty status. So I'm going to go ahead and verify all days. I'm certifying that the data that I'm looking at and my records of duty status are true and correct. I'm going to go ahead and agree. It's then going to prompt me if I have to go off duty. Again, if you do not require hours of service, you will not see this part. But again, we do have that on here for us to take a look at. So I'm going to turn myself to off duty and set new status. And it's going to log me out of the software, out of the application. And then you can go ahead and drive for your day. Okay, so that's the Drive app that we're looking at to do the DVIR. Now, if we want to go into the software portion here and pull up an inspection that was completed to see who completed their DVIR, you can go down to Engine and Maintenance on the left-hand side, select DVIR, and then choose your date range. So I'd like to get a couple different dates, so I'm going to choose for this month. And then you have the option to run by a specific item. So if there was any defects, if there was any repairs, or just straight certified, you can select those options, but I want to see everything, okay? Then it asks you to include historical data. If you haven't turned any vehicles in within this time range, which we're selecting here for this month, then I wouldn't be concerned to turn that on, so we're going to leave that as a no. All right, then it's going to ask you to select a specific vehicle, so we're going to choose My Journey. If there was any trailers that I wanted to see if an inspection was done, I could do that as well. Or you can select all. That's completely up to you, especially if you're not sure which vehicle had which trailer. Okay. Once you fill out this information under the Options tab here, you're going to select Apply Changes, and it's going to pull up your inspections for that vehicle within the time range. Okay. So we're going to notice right away the date and the time, the name of the vehicle, that it was a pre-trip. Okay, and then who the user was. So that was myself. Now, the only other difference between the two of them is that there is a check mark here. That check mark means that I have gone ahead and certified the previous inspection, which is what we did when we first logged into the Geotab Drive app. Okay, this inspection here will not be certified until another driver or myself goes in and certifies it, or we can do it on the software portion side here too, by clicking on the inspection and certifying as safe. So it says company name, it has the date, it'll also say your company address in here. I don't have mine in here, but it will for yours. It'll say that any remarks. So any comments of any issues with the defects, it would say it in here. Okay. Then below, it tells you the address of where it was completed, the odometer readings. It'll also say your license plate and jurisdiction, so your state or province, it'll tell that for you as well. And then if I want to certify it from this section here, I can go ahead and click the drop down, select a user, and in most cases, it'll be your own user. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say that, certification remark. I'm going to put all okay. And then at the top of the screen, you're going to click Certify as Safe. So you have to make sure that you do, if you are certifying it from here, you have to put in a certification remark. If not, it will not let you save and certify. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Certify as Safe. If the vehicle was unsafe, you would have to say so in the certification remark. You'd have to let them know what the issue is. You can also put in comments here that the vehicle is going in for an inspection or for any repairs, it'll tell you that. Certified date and who it was certified by. Okay, so I had a certification earlier today for the previous inspection. That's the one that we just did, and then the one prior to. Okay, so then we also have if there was any certifying remarks. Then it says if it's safe to operate, which both of them are true. That means that there was no defects, there was no repairs required, so everything is true. The vehicle can continue being on the road, and then the type of log. So again, you may not need all this information on a report for you. You can filter it out. If you have something or you would like to see this customized, please contact myself or our team here. We'd be happy to walk you through how to do that or assist you to do so. Okay. And again, at the top of the screen, there's a little PDF or Excel button that you can choose to open up to print and or save. Okay. Now, if we want to take a look at the defect list that we have, at the top of the screen, there is a defects button. Okay. So again, we do a lot of testing in our system, but the ones that you're going to have are the Schedule 1 truck and trailer and the Schedule 1 truck, tractor, and trailer. Okay, those are going to be the two that you're going to see. Today we're going to take a look at the Schedule 1 truck and tractor. Okay, and it gives you a breakdown of all of the items and topics that you can take a look at. So if you have air brake systems, if you have things about the cab, cargo securement, these are all different items that you can be monitoring. If you need to adjust, you can do so in this section here. So for as an example, if we take a look at the air brake system, if we don't have vehicles that have air brakes, we can remove that from our options. Okay. If we need to add an item for air brakes or any other topic here, you can click the plus button, add in something that you were looking for, and then choose whether it's a normal or critical. Okay. So air brakes, we can just put not functioning. Okay. And then click the check mark, and there it is. Right. I'm not going to keep this in here. This, again, is just for testing. If we wanted to edit this, if we needed to correct whether it was a normal or a critical, you could choose the pencil on the left-hand or on the right-hand side and choose which one it is. So depending on what severity you're choosing for your normal or critical depends on if the vehicle has to be taken off the road automatically or not. Okay. So we're going to leave that as a critical, or sorry, we're going to make that a critical because if it's not functioning and we require that to function, that's a big deal. Okay. So click the check mark and it goes to automatically to red. Okay. So that goes the same for any of the items down here that are already listed. If you want to choose defective or incorrect or missing, you can choose the pencil, select critical, and then hit the check mark again. It'll then go to red. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and change those back. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one here. So because I do not need the non-functioning one, I'm going to click the X. It's going to say that it's going to be permanently deleted and will not be recoverable. So because we haven't done anything with this, I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Again, if you are unsure of how to adjust this or don't feel comfortable doing it, please let us know and we'll help you with this. Okay. So this is the breakdown. It covers everything from, as we saw at the top, air brake systems, all the way down through the vehicles to your windshield wipers and washer. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and save. Nothing's been changed. If you wanted to add additional lists, you can do so. Again, please contact us and we'll help you with it. All right. And that pretty much covers the DVIR for the inspections, all, from the Drive app all the way into the software. If you have any questions, please contact myself or any of our other team members here, and we'd be happy to help you. But that pretty much covers it for today. So thank you.